Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. And so I got a lot of emails, uh, mostly saying, buddy, where are you? Well, I'm gonna tell you, life gets tough sometimes, and we get busy, and a lot of things going on. One of the things that's been happening here that I've been working on quite a while is this Nissan. So this is a 2005 Nissan. We bought the thing new in 2005. In fact, this is our third one, and it is basically my main transportation that I've been driving back and forth. About 13 minutes to work, 13 minutes home, occasional run to town. I do have the Mustang. I've been wanting to get to work on the Mustang and start doing some upgrades to it. It runs good. It does have a few issues. It's a 2003 model. Y'all might remember when I rebuilt the transmission and put in it. But this old Nissan Xterra has been my main go-to as far as my transportation. Now, I kept the wife in a new car since the early 90s. So we trade hers out about every 4 to 6 years. But I've been driving just, whatever I got my hands on. And 2013, I bought her a new Camry, and I took this one and been driving it since then. And she's got 200,000 miles on it. Honestly, there's not been that many problems with it until about a year ago. Driving home one day, I see droplets of water hitting the windshield. And when I stopped and pulled over, the radiator had cracked all the way across. And the temperature, I looked down at the temperature gauge and it was in the wall. So we put a new radiator in it, put a new thermostat in it, and drove it to about last Christmas. And then I noticed that when I was stopped with the air conditioning on, the temperature needle was just start fluctuating. And checking it be low in water. Sure enough, it got, you put water in it, you can drive it another month, fine. But then it got so it was every day having to put water in this thing. So we pulled the engine out, and it's about as easy to pull the engine out of this thing as it is to pull it apart in the car, because you got to take the whole front of the engine off just to get the heads off this thing. Well, as you can see here, when I pulled the engine out, I decided to go ahead and do a complete overhaul on this thing. Not that it needed it, but since I had the engine out, 200,000 miles on it, let's go ahead and overhaul it. So as you can see, we went with new pistons, rods, all the bearings, the rings, gaskets, coils, there's your main bearings, rod bearings, new belts, hoses of different sorts, air filters. Even went into the fuel system. We placed the whole assembly inside the fuel tank, and new outer pulleys, water pump, oil pump, everything. Basically, stripped the block down and started over. Now, the Nissan has the VQ40 engine in it. And it's a high-performance engine. Doesn't have a lot of gaskets on it. Everything is precision machine, so you just put a little silicone on it and put it back together. Got the thing back together. All was fine. Drove it a couple of weeks. Started losing water again. I said, oh my, what in the world? So, end up pulling this thing back out. Now, when I had it rebuilt the first time, which I did it myself, we went ahead and had the heads machine serviced, everything, make sure they was right, checked for cracks, checked the block was fine, no problems. But what I found out was that I had bought a set of aftermarket head bolts. and they were like $50, let's say. So guys, that's one of the new head bolts that we have put in. And you can see I got the end of it painted red. And if we take a caliper, set this up, measure out here on the end, it's about 10.85. Come down here to the middle, that's under 10 millimeters. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see that mark on it right there. If we check in the threads, we're 10.29. Checking here, 8.85. I had 4 of these head bolts stretch. And that caused it to start leaking water again. So I know some of you are going to say, well, why didn't you go back with everything OEM to start with? Well, if I did that, I'd been better off just go out and buy a new car. Just to give you an example, this is an import direct camshaft sensor. It's about $70 at the, O'Reilly's AutoZone Advance. These are the original Nissan parts. There's 3 sensors. There's a crank sensor and 2 cam sensors. That's what these 3 cam sensors cost. $341.09 for 3 original equipment sensors. Like I say, crank sensor, 2 cam sensors. So it gets very, very expensive going into this thing and rebuilding it if you go with OEM equipment. Now, I did go back and I bought OEM head bolts, and we went back and did it again. Pulled the heads off, rechecked everything, put OEM head gaskets on it, and the OEM bolts. Now, those bolts, that set of 16 bolts was $165. Like I say, the other ones were about $50. So that tells you the difference in OEM and aftermarket. So we got the thing back going and drove it for a while. Pulled up in the yard, cut it off, went to get back in it the next day, cranked up, it ran for about 5 to 10 seconds and cut off. That's hasn't hit another lick since. That was just a couple weeks ago. So, back to driving the Mustang again and not being able to work on it. This is when I went out and bought the original sensors, because I thought maybe that was the problem with the codes. It's given about 16 different codes. And at this present time, I'm not sure what it is. It even come up with throttle body code. So a throttle body for that thing is $600, because the throttle body position sensor is made onto the side of the throttle body. So I went to salvage yard and picked up a used one for under $100, and still no good. Nothing. So I'm figuring either there's a fuse, a relay, or the computer itself has gone flaky. Something in that is wrong. Just isn't sure, but yeah. This thing has drove me up one side and down the other side of the wall. That's just the way these old things go sometimes. So guys, you know, I'm not really going to complain a lot about the old car. It's, like I say, she's got 200,000 miles on it, and it has given me great service throughout the years. It's 2024 now, so yeah, I can't complain. It's been good to me. So buddy, what do we do? Well, I told my boss man when I retire I was going to buy me a brand new truck. That was going to be one of the first things I do. So what did I go out and get? Went out and bought a brand new 2024 Ranger XL. And it's gunmetal gray, automatic two-wheel drive. You know, we've had four-wheel drives for 25 years, and we just don't get enough snow to even worry about four-wheel drive. So I went ahead and bought me a two-wheel drive version. And it's a right nice little truck. It's a little bit dirty. I have been driving it for a couple of weeks now. But yeah, plenty of room. Has the Super crew cab. And I really like it. This truck was around 40,000, and I went into Hastings Fords and looked at it, made a deal with a guy, paid cash for it, and walked out. Well, drove out, let's put it that way. So yeah, we got something to drive that we ain't got to worry about working on vehicles. So all that time I've been spending, and working on the other stuff, and now I got something that's dependable enough to get in and not worry about. Alright guys, outside when I was recording then I was using the Hero 7 with the wireless mic to test it out, because it's been a while since I used that system, so I'm not sure at this present time how the audio is on it, but I'll tweak it in the program, see how it looks at when I sit down to edit this video. Anyway, the Yaesu 101EE is completely finished up. Transmitter's gone through, got all those problems fixed. Got to edit that video and get it up. So look for this video to be coming soon. Also the YO100, it works. It does have a problem with it from time to time, so we're going to have to order some caps and recap that, so look for a video on that too. The VFO is probably just going to need to be taken apart, cleaned, re-lubricate the gears and so forth. I don't see no issues with it. It seems to work great. The YC601B, it also works great too, but probably need to replace some caps in that also. And for the past month or so, I've been working on this Tektronix 455 oscilloscope. This is one that one of my Patreon members sent in to us, and I'm doing some troubleshooting and going to be uploading that on Patreon. That'll be a multi-part series on basic troubleshooting test gear. We got a few other things that we're going to be troubleshooting up on Patreon too, just to get a little more of troubleshooting knowledge out to my Patreon members. And one of the other things we got to do is do the drawing for the little mini pocket handheld oscilloscope, so we'll do that in just a minute and go ahead and get that behind us. I had almost forgot about this thing because I just haven't been in the shop that much here lately. But you know how it goes. Another thing, guys, I've been sick a bit here lately, and there's just been days where I didn't feel like getting up doing anything. And in fact, me and my wife both have been sick, but I've still got a little bit of the congestion and cough left myself. But yeah, that's been on us about 4.5 weeks or so. But we're getting better every day. But I'm not going to give up on the old Nissan. I done got a pile of money tied up in that thing, and I'm either going to try to get it back running and may sell it, or may just keep it and use it for a beetle car to keep miles off the new truck. So we'll see how that goes. So let's see who is going to win this pocket oscilloscope. So let's go ahead and do that. I've already got the page loaded up. We're going to come here and we're going to pick a winner. And it's Daniel Johnson 8437. So Daniel Johnson, if you'll give me a hit on email, if you look under the video description, you'll find a link to my email. Send me an email, we'll get together, and I'll get one of these drop shipped to you as soon as possible. So congratulations, Daniel Johnson. Well guys, that should just about do it for this video. I got a lot of things in the works to do some videos on. I got a lot of videos I need to edit and go ahead and upload. So at least you'll be able to see a video every week now for the next couple of weeks. I don't see why that would be a problem now, especially since I ain't spending all my time working on stuff that's taking me away from the shop here. But it's good to get in the shop and do things. I've been missing it here quite a bit. Again, congratulations to Daniel Johnson 8437 for winning the little mini oscilloscope. Don't forget, click on the show more tab, follow the information, get my email, give me a holler, and we'll get one of these drop shipped off to you. Alright guys, that's going to be it for now. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye now.